graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. The name is Jason Joseph. This is, of course, Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. Phillies are taking on the Guardians tonight in Game 2 of this 3-game set. Ranger Suarez will be taking the mound, and he'll be going up against Tanner Bibee. I want to hear your thoughts about Ranger Suarez. Hopefully he has a bounce-back start from his last outing. Last outing started off good in the first 2 innings, and then it just went absolutely downhill. I mean, we all know that he's returning from a back injury, but for him to just look the way that he did, that was not the Ranger that we know. So hopefully he can go back out there today and give you a good outing. I still obviously believe that he should be coming out of the bullpen. That's just me, and we can have those conversations too. But, you know, we also have to just acknowledge that he's starting tonight, and I really want to get your opinions on how you feel about Ranger pitching in this game tonight. But the one thing I noticed about Ranger in his last outing was that when he was losing his command, okay, he looked very lost because the sliders and even the four-seamers were just left out over the middle of the plate. And he just wasn't getting the velocity. He wasn't hitting the corners like he was in the first 2 innings. Now, with some of that just, brushing off the dust and coming back from the back injury that he was dealing with, probably. But it's just something to sort of monitor and just keep your eye on. So I wanted to just hear your thoughts about that. Phillies will have Rice and Stott starting today. We'll get to the starting lineups. Right now we'll do that. It'll be Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Realmuto, Marsh, and Sosa. So JT is back in the lineup, and Alec Bohm is taking a seat today. Edmundo Sosa will be playing in his position over at third. Also, no Johan Rojas in the lineup either, because they're playing against a right-handed pitcher. So they thought, you know what, we'll give Alec the day off, and we'll also give Rojas the day off as well. Bibee has a 4.26 ERA and a 1.32 WHIP this year, as well as 16 walks allowed. He has also given up 9 homers this season. Last outing he pitched, he went 5 innings. He gave up 2 earned runs against the Toronto Blue Jays and ended up only getting 3 strikeouts, but he did get the win in that game. He hasn't had a loss since April 17th. So the one thing I noticed last night was when the Phillies were playing against Gavin Williams. Gavin has a very good fastball, but when he's off, he's off. And the Phillies really let him off the hook yesterday, and were not able to show patience when they had to with runners in scoring position, and that was mainly the reason why they lost yesterday's game. So they've got to be better. They have to come in with a better approach, and if they do that, I think that they can win this game. Let me know what your final score predictions are down below, too. I would love to hear what you guys do have to say. in regards to what your final score predictions are for this game. And I will be looking forward to that. So we're ready to play some baseball. Let's make sure that we have everything up and running. I think we do. The scoreboard will come in just a little bit. What's up, Steve? What is going on, Starkey? Hello, everybody. Appreciate you all so much for being on here. Steve says, fine by me. Nice. PJ is also here. What's up, PJ? How are you? How's everybody doing? Starkey says, definitely hoping for some redemption from yesterday's game. Yeah, they have to bounce back. That was an outing where you thought that they were pretty much partying the night before. They're not going to come out there and say, I'm not saying that they were, but it was sort of like you come out from a party, you were having a really good time, you're celebrating a beautiful comeback victory, and then all of a sudden you're just unprepared. And you're not ready for the day. I've had those moments. I have. And those aren't fun. But, again, Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Realmuto, Marsh, and Sosa are in the starting lineup today for Philadelphia. So, and they will be facing Stephen Kwan, Gabriel Arias, Jose Ramirez, the mighty Jose Ramirez, Carlos Santana, batting in the cleanup spot, Kyle Manzardo over at first base batting fifth, Jenkensi Noel out in right field, he's batting sixth, and then it's Angel Martinez, Will Wilson, and Austin Hedges. Can't believe Austin Hedges is still in the league. Huh. And so first pitch will be underway in just 2 minutes, a little bit less than 2 minutes. So Ranger Suarez again going up against Tanner Bibee. As we mentioned before, Ranger did not have a good outing in his last start. He went 3 2/3, gave up 7 hits. Yes, he did have 6 strikeouts, but he also allowed 2 walks and just was really getting beaten in that third inning, and more so in the second inning too. Or no, sorry, the third and the fourth, I meant to say. That's what I meant. So yeah. That's exactly what it was like. Yeah. So, we'll see. Hopefully they tie the series today. And again, this is a Cleveland team. I know that some of you guys might not agree, but they've played good baseball. They're 23-15. They're 8 games above 500. You know, they're no slouch. They have a nice bullpen. They have some very good key players, including Stephen Kwan and Jose Ramirez, obviously. Kyle Manzardo has been pretty good for them. Not telling you that they're the greatest team of all time, but they're not a team to slouch at. They're pretty good. Tanner Bibee is on the hill. Guardians are in their dark red and gray uniforms. They have dark red on the top, and the text says Guardians painted across the chest. And they have gray pants with a blue stripe going down each side of the leg. And they have a dark navy blue hat with a red rim. And the logo is a red C for Cleveland. So Bibee, with a four-seamer, a cutter, a sweeper, a sinker, a changeup, and a curveball. He has 6 different pitches. Batters are hitting .234 against his four-seamer and .222 against the curve. Phillies are 2.5 games behind the New York Mets heading into this game and are also 4 games above the Atlanta Braves. And so we're ready to play some baseball. Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Realmuto, Marsh, and Sosa are the Phillies' 9 hitters. Phillies are also in their gray tops, gray bottoms. And on the front side of the jersey, it has red text that says Phillies in cursive. And they have blue stars above both eyes. Got red text on the back for their last names and a big red number as well. It's pretty sunny out in Cleveland. It's actually a gorgeous day there. It's 69 degrees. Phillies money line tonight is at minus 135. And the over-under in this game is at 8.5 runs. Here comes Bryson Stott to the plate as he's being introduced. And the first pitch that he takes is inside and low, and we are underway. Stott ahead in the count, 1-0. Alex McKay is calling the balls into strikes. First base umpire will be Alan Porter. Second base ump is Brian Walsh, and at third it's John Bacon. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for strike one. It was a sweeper. Guardians are 7 games above 500 at home. They have a 12-5 record at Progressive Field. That's where this game is. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. It's inside and low for a ball. Cleveland is 2.5 games behind Detroit in the AL Central. They are tied with the Kansas City Royals, who just cannot stop winning. Royals have won 7 in a row. There's the 2-1 pitch. That's a chopper. Hit back over towards the mound. Bibee has it and tosses it over to first as he was jogging over towards first base and made an underhanded throw to get Stott out. On the defensive side of the diamond for the Guardians, of course, Kyle Manzardo is at first. Will Wilson plays over at second. The shortstop is Gabriel Arias. Third baseman is Jose Ramirez. Trey Turner's up to bat for the Phillies. The first pitch that he sees, he lifts this one out over to center field. It's not that deep, and the catch is made for out number 2. Angel Martinez just there. Didn't even really have to move a lot. Junkensi Noel is the right fielder. Angel Martinez, who made the catch out there, was in center field. And the left fielder is Stephen Kwan. Behind the plate, it'll be Austin Hedges. Bo Naylor has the night off. And Tanner Bibee is on the hill. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the first, and Bryce Harper's up. First pitch he sees is a fastball that he swings and misses at. 0-1 to Bryce. Batting just .229. Not good. He's in a slump. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's down and in for a ball. What's going on, folks? What are your final score predictions? Let us know down below what your final score predictions are. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch to Bryce Harper, and he flies this one out over to right field. It's not that deep, and coming to jog on in over towards the first base side is Noel. And I'll make the catch. Harper got way underneath it, and a 1-2-3 inning is what occurs in the top of the first for Philadelphia. We're going to the bottom of the first. Ranger Suarez will be out there on the hill for the Phillies. Okay. Big whiff. Says Eagles 1977. What are your final score predictions? Comment them down below, folks. For the Guardians, their lineup from 1 through 9 will be this: Stephen Kwan, Gabriel Arias, Jose Ramirez, Carlos Santana, Kyle Manzardo, Junkensi Noel, Angel Martinez, Will Wilson, and Austin Hedges. So again, it's Kwan batting in the leadoff spot. Very good hitter. Arias, who's actually been pretty hot for them, is batting second, and Jose Ramirez, their franchise player, batting third. And Carlos Santana hitting in the cleanup spot, batting fourth. Kyle Manzardo batting fifth. Junkensi Noel is sixth. Angel Martinez, who's been red hot lately, is batting seventh. 8th is Will Wilson, and 9th is Austin Hedges. And the guy that they will be facing will be Ranger Suarez. So Suarez, in his last outing, went 3 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 7 earned runs, no homers, and threw a total of 82 pitches. Did not play against Cleveland last year. However, the year before that, he went 5 innings against the Guardians. That was on July 21st of 2023. Did allow 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Ranger's not necessarily a guy who overpowers you, but during the first half of last year, if there was ever a first half Cy Young award, it would have gone to him. He would have been in the running. First pitch is in there for a strike. You think Phillies will have 4 and the Guardians will have 6? Ooh. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's wide for a ball. Kwan's a left-handed hitter, so he's hitting on the left side of the dish. By the way, a Starkey, comment your link down below. The leg kick and the pitch from Suarez, and there's a high bouncer hit over towards shortstop. Turner has it, throws it over to first, and Kwan is out. Kwan hustled. He has a lot of speed, and he was running out of the batter's box for his life. And that thing took a very high bounce over the mound, right by second base, and Turner played it on 2 bounces, threw it on over to first, and they ruled him out. Let's see what if Cleveland will challenge this. I think that they will. Are they? Nope, they just say 1 out. Okay. That's pretty close. So Cleveland does not challenge. The pitch is high for a ball. It was a very good play, though. Midnight Mickey says 11-10 Phillies. I like that score production. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line drive. Caught by Trey Turner. 2 good defensive plays by Trey. Two up, 2 down. Eagle Auto says, and we are back live again. Of course we are. We don't miss a game. How could we miss a game? How could we miss a game, folks? Jose Ramirez batting on the right side. He's a switch hitter. And that is outside for a ball. Kwan would make a good Philly. Yeah, I agree. So would this guy, Jose Ramirez. But he's not on the trade block. 1-0 pitch. That's just a little bit high for a ball. Is Jose Ramirez the best switch hitter in baseball right now? 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's inside for ball 3. I mean, Adley Rutschman's good. Francisco Lindor is good. There's some good ones. 3-0 pitch. And there's a strike. It's on the outside corner. Who do you think's the best switch hitter in baseball? Three balls, 1 strike. Ozzie Albies is good too. Forgot Ozzie was a switch hitter. Ramirez stepped out of the box for a second just to readjust his batting gloves. 3-1 offering. That's outside for ball 4. And Ramirez does get aboard with a walk. Okay. Here's the last Phillies switch hitter. Carlos Santana is a switch hitter. I don't think he was the last, but he played for the Phillies. The ball is 1 strike. Cesar Hernandez. 0-1 pitch. That's up high for a ball. Cal Rowley's a very good switch hitter, too. That's a good one. I like that answer. Didi was not a switch hitter. Didi was a lefty. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is high for ball 2. Who was Freddie Galvis? Who was the last Phillies switch hitter? Andrew Knapp. I forgot he was a switch hitter. 2 balls, 1 strike. And I just wanted to go polo today. It's nice to switch it up, you know? Looks more professional this way. 3-1 or 2-1 pitch, and that's outside for ball 3. The throw, the second base, and Ramirez is out. Jose tried to run on JT. You can run, but you can't hide, because JT's going to find you. He's going to gun you out as well. That's what he does as we go to the top of the second. All right. Phillies and Guardians playing against each other as we go to the top of the second. Really rare switch hitting catcher. Well, there's a lot now. I mean, Cal Raleigh, Adley Rushman. Who else was a switch hitting catcher right now? There's a couple. Cal is really good. I just thought of a couple. Who else catches in baseball? Catchers in baseball. Not Marino. I said Rushman. There was a couple that I was thinking of. Patrick Bailey. Yeah, that's right. He is a switch hitter, too. Switch hitting catchers. Current. Victor Carantini. Jonah Heim. Marchand, for us, is a switch hitter. And there was one other one that I was thinking of. Oh, yes, that Caro guy for the White Sox. He's a switch hitter, too. There's a lot in baseball now for just catchers that are switch hitters. Dixon Way, what's going on, dude? What's going on, man? Rushman's a switch hitter? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Keibert Ruiz. That was the other one I was thinking of. Keibert Ruiz. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber, swing and a miss. Didn't know Marchand is one either. Oh, there's a lot. They're bringing back switch-hitting catchers. The ball is 1 strike. Schwarber's in the box. And the pitch is outside and low for ball 1. There's actually currently, there are 10 switch hitting catchers in baseball. 10 right now. That's actually a lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kyle. No score. Top of the second. The 1-2 to Schwarber. And he hits a rocket to foul ball. Stock rounded out to Tanner Bibee in the first. And Turner flied out to center. And Harper flied out to right. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's outside for ball 2. And then in the bottom of the first, Suarez got Kwan to ground out to short. Arias to line out to short. Then he walked Jose Ramirez. Was able to get Santana to ground out. 2-2 pitch. That's outside for ball 3. Actually, sorry, he picked off Ramirez at second base. That's what happened. Three balls, 2 strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the payoff pitch on the way to Schwarber. And he hits this one out over to center field. He got underneath it. And Angel will go on over towards his left side. Stops, waits for it, and makes the grab. That thing hung up there for a while. Yeah, 10 switch hitting catchers. The other ones that we didn't talk about, we said Bailey, we said Ruiz, we said Raleigh, Rushman, and Marchand, and Heim. But Victor Caratini, still in the league. He's a switch hitter. Jose Herrera for Arizona. And then the final one is Tyler Heineman, who is a switch hitting catcher for Toronto. 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Castellanos. And the pitch is fouled away. One pitch. That's a foul ball. Here's an interesting stat. Out of the 1,650 plus career catchers, ready for this? There have only been 82 switch hitters that were catchers. Only 82. That's actually still a lot, though, I think. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Castellanos. And he pops this one up over to right field. Noel is there, makes the grab, and there's 2 away. I think that's it for me in switch hitters. Tanner Bibee is on the hill. Anybody else know that, though? Is anyone shocked about that? Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. One pitch. That's in there for a strike. Ted Simmons is actually the guy who had played the most games out of all these switch hitters. 2,456. And he caught 1,771 of them. Two balls, 1 strike to Max Kepler. And the 2-1 pitch, there's a fly ball, hit over towards the left field. Kwan gets under it, makes the grab right by the chest, and there's out number 3, another 1-2-3 inning for the Phillies. Picking up right where they left off last night, and we're going to the bottom of the 2nd. Folks, what's going on? What's up, folks? Got a quiet chat today. 122 people on here watching. Make sure that if you're tuning in over on TikTok or on the YouTube vertical stream, hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Appreciate you all for being on here. Yeah. And Mickey says, okay, maybe 11-10 was a little bit ambitious for me. I mean, hey, we've seen crazy things happen. You know, one of my favorite Cleveland games of all time. There was one time where the Mariners played against the Guardians. Mariners had, at one point in the game, it was a 14-2 lead. 14-2. Heading into the 6th inning. And all of a sudden, before it came into the 9th inning, it was a 14-8 game. Cleveland tied it in the 9th. 14-9 it was, actually. They tied it in the 9th, and then they walked it off, and they won 15-14. It was a Sunday night baseball game. It was back in the early 2000s. I think it was 2001, which was also the year that the Mariners went to the World Series, I think, right? No, they didn't go that year. I don't think that they did. That was Giants and Angels. But anyhow, they had like one of the best. That's what it was. They had like one of the greatest records. But they choked that game, 14-2. Imagine if the Phillies had a 14-2 lead, and then it just diminished, and you're in the 6th inning, and then you lose 15-14. You take out your starters. It's crazy. Ranger, here he is. Comes set. Delivers. There's a line drive base hit out to left field. That's going to drop in for a single. As Carlos Santana gets aboard. That's the first hit today from Cleveland. Anybody else watch that game? I think Tomei hit 2 homers in that game. The ball is 1 strike. And Zardo in the box. In the pitch. That's inside for a ball. You'll never forget them blowing a 7-0 lead or 7-run lead. Eagle Auto says, I remember the game. They had a walk-off bunt to beat the Yankees. Oh, wait, that was Major League. It's funny. The pitch. Line drive and a catch made by Bryson Stott. And there's one away. Santana wasn't really leading off of first. Too far. But yeah, that was the biggest comeback in the modern era of baseball. Oh, he was doubled up, excuse me. It was a double play. So there's 2 outs, and Jhonkensy Noel takes the pitch for a ball. The screen froze. I assumed that he was out. Or I assumed that he was safe because he wasn't leaning off the bag. Then they show the replay. Yeah, okay, he was out. One ball, 1 strike. Ranger will get set again at the letters and fires the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Noel just hitting 169. One-two pitch. That's high and away for a ball. That game-tying home run that he had on October 17th in the ALCS last year with 2 outs was awesome. We called that. The Guardians won that game 7-5. Yankees fans were not happy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I think he was like 0 for his last 30. Something along those lines. Before he hit that home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 3. The payoff pitch from Suarez. There's a ground ball hit over towards Trey Turner. He plays it on a hop, throws it over to first. Good stretch by Harper. And the throw is in time. And we're going to the top of the 3rd. Okay. No score. Phillies were 7-3 over their last 10. Best in the division during that stretch. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And turn on those notification bell icons too, folks. Like button hit. Nice. Very good. Cleveland. I've always wanted to go to Progressive Field. It looks like it's a gorgeous stadium. It really does. Nice to see the more things change. It's crazy. First game played there was on April 4th of 1994 against the Mariners. And Bill Clinton threw out the ceremonial first pitch to Sandy Alomar Jr. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Former Philly David Bell actually hit the first inside the park homer at the stadium. He also had a cycle with the Phillies. I remember that too. 1 ball, 1 strike to JT. And he takes the pitch on the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. That's taken low and outside for ball 2. Tanner Bibee on the mound. 26 years old from Mission Viejo, California. He's 6 feet 2 inches tall, 205 pounds. He's a right-handed pitcher. Lines up and fires. And it's just outside. Wasn't going to fool the home plate umpire. JT is hitting .303 against righties and .033 against lefties. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and JT strikes out. 7 up, 7 down for Tanner Bibee. And with a slider in the dirt. So 1 gone in the top of the 3rd. Now bring up Brandon Marsh, who's out in center field. And Marsh is going to hit this one over towards shortstop, who was playing back up the middle. It's scooped up, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. They shifted him perfectly. Arias was right behind second base over towards that outfield grass. And Marsh just hit a line drive that was played on a bounce. It actually bounced behind second base first. The shortstop was right there and made the play. Now bring up Edmundo Sosa. And the pitch is in there for a strike. What's up, Rising Rhino? How are you? Let's go. We are 15 subs away from 5,700, man. It's pretty cool. Nothing in one to Sosa. And the windup, the pitch. It's outside. You could use a belly itcher. Who do you think was the Phillies' best pinch hitter ever? You would say Rogo. I would say Greg Dobbs. But I'm being biased because I grew up watching Greg Dobbs. 1-1. That's in there for a strike. I'll tell you, somebody that was actually underrated, though, was Ronald Torreyes. Remember that name from a couple of years ago? 1-2 pitch, and that's outside for ball 2. That guy was not a bad pinch hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Edmundo Sosa is down on strikes. We're going to the bottom of the third. Matt Stairs was good, too. Stairs made it count. Matt Stairs was a very good pinch hitter. You can't go wrong with that answer either. How about Ross Glode? How about Ross Glode? Had the stretch there. Come on, make some noise, Phillies. Make some noise. Let's look at this stat from PHLY. After another Phillies hitter smoked directly into a quote-unquote shade, it made me think, this is from PHLY Phillies, that the Phillies don't move around a ton defensively. Turns out that feel was the truth. They shade the second fewest times of any team in the league, and only San Francisco shades less. This is really analytical here. Phillies only shade 2.4% of the time. They've had only 34 total shades this year. It's crazy. And for those of you that don't know what shades mean, it's when a fielder is shaded when they're positioned outside of their typical positions. The ball is 1 strike to Martinez. There's the 0-1. It's flied out over towards left center field. Marsh is there, makes the catch. There's 1 away. That was Angel Martinez who flied out to center. 1 out, bottom of the third. And the pitch, there's a line drive, base hit out to left center field. It's going to take 2 bounces in front of Max Kepler. And Will Wilson gets aboard with a 1-out single. That's the second hit allowed by Ranger Suarez. Who would you say the Phillies' best switch hitter of all time was? I would say J-Roll. Who is the best Phillies switch hitter of all time? Pitch, swing and a miss to Austin Hedges. Nothing in one. The pitch is high for a ball. Suarez comes set at the letters. And the 1-1. Another foul ball. What's up, Bonge? Kruk? Kruk was not a switch hitter. Best Philly switch hitter of all time. 1-2 strikes. And the pitch is in the dirt for ball 2 to Austin Hedges. Ooh. 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the third. We got a runner on over at first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a bouncing ball hit over to third base. Sosa cuts off Turner, throws it over to second for 1, and that's all that they're going to get. It's a 5-4 fielder's choice. Got 135 people on here watching. Again, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button too, folks. Switch hitting is a lost art. I was telling Larry that there's 10 switch hitting catchers in baseball right now. And I don't know if Larry heard this, but I was saying that out of all the catchers of all time, out of all the catchers that have played the game, there have been over 80 switch hitters at the position. 1 strike. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch to Stephen Kwan. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards left field. Kepler tracks it down, makes the grab in front of the track, and the inning is over. Going to the top of the fourth. No score between the Phillies and the Guardians. Yeah, I said that that out of the 1,650 plus career catchers, there have only been 82 switch hitters. Ted Simmons played the most games. Played 2,456 games as a switch hitter. And he caught 1,771 of those. Now, a guy named Tom Stanton anchors the list with only 1 game played and caught. These are all the switch hitters here. And actually, this is, I do have to say that this is a little bit outdated. This must have been last updated. Now that I'm looking at this. Now I see it. Okay. When was this last updated? I mean, the most recent one on this list was 2005. So, I mean, there has to be over 100, but as of 2005, according to this list, there were 83 or 82 switch hitters. Switch hitting catchers. Ben Davis was one. Our very own Ben Davis. Shout out to Ben Davis. We're in the top of the fourth. Bryson Stott is up to bat. Phillies have not gotten a base runner today. Bibee has retired all 9 guys. Pitches in there for a strike. Is Mickey Mantle the best switch hitter ever? Yes. I would say so. 0-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over to left field. It's hooking out of play. That's a foul ball. J-Roll, Vittorino were good. The ball's 2 strikes. And the pitch. It's in the dirt for a ball. I forgot Victor Martinez was a switch hitter. One-two pitch. There's a ground ball. It's rolled over to short. And the throw over to first is in time to get Bryson Stott for the first out of the inning. 10 up, 10 down. Here's Trey Turner, who's on an 8-game hitting streak. Has had 3 extra base hits during the hitting streak. 15 total hits, though. 6 runs scored and 3 RBI. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. There's a ground ball that finds the hole out to right center field for a base hit. And Trey gets on with a 1-out single, and he finally breaks the ice for the Phils. They'll bring up Bryce Harper. It's good. He got a pitch that he was just able to hit and put the ball in play. Will Wilson just couldn't get over towards the ball. It's just a little bit late. Had him shifted up the middle. It's Bryce time. First pitch to Harper. It's up high. Harper flied out in his first at-bat. And the 1-0 pitch to Harper, there's a high fly ball hit out over towards deep left field, and that's going to bounce off the top of the wall. Kwan plays it off the hop, and the throw over to second is not in time. Turner stops at third, and Bryce gets on with an opposite field double out to left. And so, still 1 out, and Kyle Schwarber is coming up to the plate. Okay. Schwarber's up. And Harper's over at second as he gets the fanatic mitt on his left hand. Five seconds left on the pitch clock, and the first pitch to Schwarber. He takes a changeup on the outside part of the plate. 2 runners in scoring position. Infield playing in towards the infield grass. 0-1, foul ball. Well, it's a big wall out in left field, and it took a it took a good bounce, and Kwan actually played it pretty well. So I'll give him a pass there. It's a big wall. It's not like the big green monster, but it still is a pretty high wall. You'll have to see it for yourself. The ball is 2 strikes, and there's only 1 out. If there was 2 outs, he would have scored. 0-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Turner's going to score. Harper does go on over to third, and he stops there, and the Phillies have a 1-0 lead on a bloop single by Kyle Schwarber. 3 hits in a row after Bibee retired all 10 batters that he faced. Okay. Harper's on at third. And the pitch to Castellanos. There's a foul ball. And so Kyle Schwarber is now tied with Odubel Herrera in 4th on the all-time Phillies with the longest Phillies on-base streaks. He's tied for 4th. 0-1 pitch. That's taken for strike 2. Schwarbaloop. Get the t-shirts printed up now. I love that. That's funny. The ball is 2 strikes. Larry, don't give them any ideas. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I agree. 0-2 to Castellanos, and Nick takes it down. Yeah, I'm with you. One, two. That's popped up, hit out over towards the first base side in foul territory. The first baseman's there, makes the grab right by the rail. That's Manzardo for out number 2. Nice play by him. Just had enough room to catch it. How many does Schwarber have now? 45 games in a row. He's tied with Odubel. He needs 3 more games to tie Bobby Abreu and 4 more to tie Chuck Klein. Toss bat to first base. Not in time. Kyle leads off over at first. It's Max Kepler who's up to bat. The windup, the pitch. It's high for ball 1. And the catcher got up for a second. I was thinking maybe Kyle stole second base. No, he did not. Austin was standing up. I thought he was going to try to gun him out. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And Schwarber will go over to second. The throw back to third as Harper was dancing off the bag. It's not in time. So there's 2 runners in scoring position for the Phillies. And somehow that worked out. So Hedges was thinking that Kyle was going to go on the previous pitch before, and Harper was like a quarter of the way over to home plate, and the throw was drawn back over to third, and he was just able to get back in there safely. Ramirez did not tag him in time. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a high bouncer. Hit back over towards second base. The throw over to first in time to get the third and final out of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 1-0 Phils on the RBI bloop single by Kyle Schwarber. Okay. Dabul Philly, thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate the sub. It is time now, of course, for On This Day in Phillies history. Today is May 10th, How about this? Hank Aaron hit an inside the park home run off of Jim Bunning. That was the only inside the parker in Hank Aaron's career. That was back in 1967 on this day. And then, 13 years later, Larry Bow was like, let me get an inside the park homer myself. And he did that at Riverfront Stadium. The only one Tom Seaver ever gave up in his career. Phillies did lose that game to Cincinnati 5-3, but still, that was pretty cool. Phillies backup catcher Dave Cobble, back in 1939, caught a baseball dropped from the tower atop of City Hall, 521 feet up. Cobble and 3 teammates missed 8 balls dropped from the tower before Cobble snagged the 9th. And then we'll do one more. In 1959, the game between the Pirates and the Phils was suspended after pitcher Jim Hearn had given up 2 runs. The game was then completed in July, and Hearn takes the loss, even though he had been released and retired. Can you imagine? You play a game back in May. It gets suspended. And you're out of baseball. And they finish the game up a couple of months later. You're out of the league. And yet you still get noted for the loss. That's crazy. I've never heard of such a thing. 1 ball, no strikes to Gabriel Arias. And here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a foul ball. I don't think I've ever heard of such a thing like that before. Larry says, now that's funny. 1-1 pitch. That's a foul ball. I'm just like thinking about Jamie Moyer. Pitching the game's suspended, and then you get recorded with the loss, even though you hadn't pitched in like 5 months. 1-2 pitch. That's flied out to left field. Kepler gets behind it over on the track, and I'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Now bring up Jose Ramirez. Pitch. It's in there for a strike. Probably found out while listening to the game while working at a gas station. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jose Ramirez. And the windup and the pitch. And so there's a ground ball. It's a foul ball over towards third base. And Ramirez has to go back over to home plate. There was a game last year that I remember. It was sort of an oddity here, where the Phillies were playing against the Royals. Actually, maybe it was 2 years ago, right when the Trey Turner standing ovation occurred. But the Royals ran out of pinch hitters, and they had to put in a pitcher to hit for the DH, because the whoever was DH in that game had to be taken out of the game. And so they made a lot of substitutions, and so they had to get the pitcher to come on in to hit. It was a very bizarre thing. The pitch, here it comes. Swing and a miss. And so Ramirez is down on strikes. I want to remember what that was or who that was. Here it was, yeah. Okay. In a game between the Royals and the Phillies, Royals pitcher Seth Lugo struggled, but he gave up 11 hits and 1 walk. But I think that he had to come on in to hit. Wasn't that what happened? No? I kind of remember that. I forget what happened. The ball's 2 strikes, and the pitch is outside for a ball. I've seen that before. Mitch Williams won the longest game ever with a pinch hit at a 4:41 a.m. Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. That's a good one. There's the 1-2 pitch to Carlos Santana. There's a high bouncer hit over to third base. So Sazza throws it over to first, and Harper digs it out. Nice play by Bryce. He took a little fall there, but he kept his foot on the bag. There's out number 3 as we go to the top of the 5th. It's 1-0 Phils. I'm picturing if caller ID had existed then. He gets a call from the league and says, and answers like, oh, hello? And they go, sir, I'm calling to inform you that you've got another loss. Sorry. They actually, remember that game that was suspended back in April? Yeah, well, you got the loss. You were, you got qualified for the loss. Was Mitch pitching or hitting because pitchers used to hit? No, he's saying that at 4:41 a.m., Mitch had a pinch hit. He had a pinch hit. Eric Alice maintained that Lurch was the best hitting pitcher that he ever saw. Steve Carlton, Randy Lurch were pretty good enough hitting pitchers, and they actually did pinch hit every once in a while. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. 173 people tuning on in. If you guys enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Baseball History Not just posted a photo on their Twitter page, and they said there was a picture of a Sunday game at Polo Grounds during the 1917 season. They said it was illegal to play baseball in New York City a Sunday up until the 1919 season. I wonder why. Here's the pitch to JT. It's taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bibee comes set and throws the next pitch. It's in there for strike 1. Pitchers used to be a part of the everyday lineup, usually in the 9 spot. Larry Anderson was a pretty good hitting pitcher. I'll tell you, Zach Greinke was a good one. On 1 pitch, popped up, hit out over towards the first base side, and the catch is made by the second baseman, Wilson. Zach Greinke was good. And then Tony La Russa would do something interesting where he would actually have the pitcher bat 8th for some reason. I always wondered why he did that. There's Brandon Marsh at the plate. White batting gloves for him. And he takes high for ball 1. At first, I didn't like the universal DH. But I'll tell you, as time has gone on, I like it. 1-0 pitch to Marsh. Fly ball hit out over towards deep right field. That's going to bounce off the track, hit off the top of the wall. The throw will be made over to second, and the throw is not in time as Marsh puts up a slide, and the tag by Arias was late. Good piece of hitting by Brandon Marsh. He is hitting the ball better ever since he has come back from the injured list. Been saying it. Continue to play this guy. I couldn't believe that they brought him back up because he was not doing well in the minors. And then he hit that one homer, and then they call him up, and now all of a sudden he's hitting again. It's funny. 1 out, top of the 5th. And Edmundo Sosa is up at the plate. The pitch is high and inside for ball 1. John says, I grew up with blue laws. You couldn't buy booze, meet your wife until after church on Sundays. Oh, gosh. On ball, no strikes. Toss back to second, and Marsh is safe. He was dancing off of second base. They just got his hand back in there. Can't get yourself out. 1-0 pitch to Edmundo Sosa, and he slices it out over towards right field. It's hooking foul. Does it go out of play? It does. How about Shea Langeliers going 4 for 5 with a homer, 5 RBI for the Oakland Athletics. Pitch is taken for a ball. Mason Miller just threw a pitch at 101 miles per hour. He locked down the save with a pair of 101 mile per hour punch outs. A pair, not just one. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch is taken for ball 3. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 3-1 pitch to Sosa, swing and a miss. "101 miles per hour twice. That's insane. 200 people on here watching. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, folks. Need 13 more subs for us to get to 5,700. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Edmundo. 1 out. Bibee comes set at the letters. Looks back at second base, and they'll deliver from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. It's hit on the ground over towards shortstop. The runner from second does go over to third, but the throw over to first is in time. Marsh is now 90 feet away from scoring. And Bryson Stott is up next. Two gone in the top of the 5th. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And that is outside for ball 1. All right, let's go. Charge! 1-0 pitch. That was a good cutter that caught the outer third of the zone. Marsh is over at third. There's 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. It's popped up and fouled away towards the third base side. Cody Clemens is stinking in Minnesota, says Bruce Nauman. Nauman or Nauman? What's up, Bruce? The 1-2 to Bryson. High and outside for ball 2. That was a very good 2-strike hitter 2 years ago. He was the best in all of baseball. And this year he's back up there in that category. 2-2 pitch. It's inside and low for ball 3. I don't remember specifically where he is, but I can tell you this. Numbers have been pretty good. Three-two pitch. That's just fouled off. The only thing, though, is that when the count is full, he's 4 for 23. He's 24 for 91, though, in the leadoff spot. Keep him there. 3-2 pitch. That's popped up and fouled away. Right behind the third base dugout. Is the second most average pitches per plate appearance, too, at 4.5. Could have just said 4.5. Or, 4.5. 4 halves. No, that wouldn't do it. Next pitch, another foul ball. Eight pitches in this at-bat to Bryson Stott, and 4 of them have been fouled off. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Stott is down on strikes. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Heck of an effort by Bryson, but he lost the battle. Manzardo, Noel, and Martinez are coming up for Cleveland. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Not a lot of noise in this game. Danny Duffy. How about that name? He just signed with the Mexican League? Danny Duffy. How old is Danny Duffy? He's 36. He's been a free agent for a while. Pitched with the Royals for 10 years, won the World Series with them, and was last in the league back in 2021. Good for him, still playing baseball. Danny Duffy. I think one of my friends got to meet him. Does anyone know what the most at-bats were in one game? I would assume that it was the Phillies Cubs game that had the most at-bats. I would assume. But I also could be wrong, because you would also have to think about like who had. Are you saying who single-handedly had the most at-bats in a game? There was one guy that I think that did have 10 at-bats in one game. Jim Bottomley and Mark Whitten. They were both tied for 12. 14 players shared the single game record, according to Wikipedia, of 11 at-bats in a single game. And all of them went into extra innings. In games of 9 innings or fewer, the record is actually 7 at-bats. And that has occurred more than 200 times. The ball is 1 strike in the pitch. It's a foul ball to Manzardo. The team record for most at-bats in a single season is 5,781. And that was set by the 1997 Boston Red Sox. Carlton Fisk had an 11 at-bat game. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Are we just looking at records now? Who had 2 grand slams in one inning? Wasn't that Brooks Robinson? Tatis did. Fernando Tatis. Not Tatis Jr., but Tatis Sr. The pitch. That's a ground ball hit over towards Bryce Harper, and he gets out number 2. Played for the Cardinals, and he did it off of a former Philly, Chan-Ho Park. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch is in there for strike 1. The ball is 1 strike. And the pitch in there for strike 2 from Ranger Suarez. Rangers done good so far. It's had a very good game. The ball's 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs, and here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to shortstop. Turner has it, plays it on 2 bounces. Sidearm throw to first is in time. And so, a pitching duel between Tanner Bibee and Ranger Suarez. Phillies have a 1-0 lead, and we go to the top of the 6th already. Turner, Harper, and Schwarber all coming up. Nice. Looking like old Ranger, says Key. He's looking pretty good so far. What's today? Today is May 10th. Today is May 10th. Today, in 1926, Gehrig Ruth hit back-to-back homers off of Tigers starter Sam Gibson. And the Yankees outscored the Tigers 13-9. White Sox also got Wes Covington from the Braves. Covington would then play for 4 teams that year in 1961. It's crazy. At Wrigley Field on this day, Pete Rose hit a 2-run homer off of Fergie Jenkins in the 9th inning, and the Reds would win 7-6. Trying to think of something that was a little bit more recent. We're in the top of the 6th, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. This was also the same day. So Pete Rose also was banned from all aspects of the game on this day, too, in 1989. I didn't realize that. This is, in 1999. I didn't realize that. The ball's 2 strikes to Trey Turner. And the pitch. And that is grounded over to third. The throw over to first is in time. There's 1 out. Giants scored 8 runs in the 6th inning and beat the Expos 13-0 on May 10th of this day. In 2001. The pitch, here it is. Line drive, caught out in left field for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down on 2 pitches in this top of the 6th. This game's flying. Here's the pitch to Kyle Schwarber. It's taken for a ball. Michael Pineda. Wow. Had 16 strikeouts for the Yankees on this day. That was a career high. And he tied for the 2nd most in Yankees history. Two balls, no strikes. To Kyle Schwarber. Bibee comes set and fires. It's in there for a strike. Tell you, one of my favorite pitchers that I got to watch growing up, Felix Hernandez. King Felix. Now that guy could pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is fouled away. Felix actually on this day, he was 29. And when he became the 4th youngest player to strike out 2,000 batters. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. And the next pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. So the count is full to Kyle. Bibee with 83 pitches. He could easily go 1 more inning. Possibly 2. 3-2 pitch to Schwarber. And Schwarber pops this one up out over towards shallow left center field. Kwan calls off the second baseman, makes the catch. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 1-0 Phillies. Wilson, Hedges, and Kwan all due up at the plate. I think this might be I don't want to jinx anything, but this is going by pretty quickly. But usually, I know it usually tends to happen as the game gets later, but this thing is going by quick. It's flying. It's passing with flying colors. This is your friendly reminder to not post any spoilers about Joe Jane's current internet service. That's funny. Banana ball with my mom tonight. Savannah Bananas? You're watching the Savannah Bananas tonight? Nice. He could easily go 2 more, but might be on a pitch count. Bullpen could also easily blow the wind for him. That's true. Well, he already blew the wind, so unless Ranger blows it. I had to go out and get struck by lightning to light my spliff. That's how big it is. Oh, gosh. So is Taco Bell. You guys are funny. This is like one of those games where you watch SpongeBob and you see like the coral reef going by and nobody's there. This is just one of those games. Pitch. Swing and a miss. This is Will Wilson. It's a cool name. The ball is 1 strike. The pitch. That's fouled off. Will hitting just .211. Does not have an RBI. He is RBI-less. 0-2 pitch. That's taken down for a ball. Has anybody ever said that? RBI-less? I guess if you don't get the cycle, you're cycle-less. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And there is 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Well, beats rubbing 2 sticks together for 17 hours. Yeah, it's true. Nice pitch by Ranger. Guardians are dealing with the Ranger zone. Love that. The pitch. And that's taken outside for a ball. Hey, a 3-3-3-3 step. We just played the Rats. AKA the Rays. What's up, dude? 1-0 pitch. And there's a fly ball hit out over towards right field. Castellanos is there, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Hey, anyone who rats me out to my boss that I'm on JJ instead of work, we need to TSLJ. How are you, my friend? Quick one so far. This game started at 6:10. 6:10. The pitch to Stephen Kwan in there for a strike. Can we please get a complete game shutout? How about this? Can we please get a complete game shutout and have an early one tonight? 0-1 pitch. That's skied over towards center field. Marsh is running in. He'll make the catch, and we're going to the top of the 7th. I mean, this has just been a pitching duel between the Phillies and the Guardians. Ranger, well, Bibee with 84 pitches, and Ranger with just 63. He just has 63 pitches. 63 in 6 innings. You know, that means, well, now 65. But that means that he's averaging, what, 11 pitches? No. Yeah, 11 pitches in 6 innings. That's insane. That's unbelievable. This game actually could be in the history books, too. We'll see. I trust Walker as a relief pitcher. Maybe they figure something out. You know, as much as I want Walker in the rotation, maybe Rob was looking at Taiwan pitching those 3 innings, and as he got deeper, he may have been like, you know, maybe this guy could pitch in some higher leverage spots. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it too deep, though. I do tend to do that. It's pretty wild. My friend growing up had cousins named Richard and Anita Dick. Not making that up. We had our baseball field at Rowan Dick Wacker Stadium. Not joking. Richard Wacker. Yeah. All right, we're in the top of the 7th already, folks. 1-0 Phils. Has Larry eaten any shoes as of late? No. He was going to the other night, but the Phillies had a 5-run or a 4-run comeback victory. He said he was going to eat one the other night, and he didn't do it. That was like a couple weeks ago. First pitch to Castellanos, ground ball hit over to third base, and Ramirez has it, plays it on a bounce, throws it over to first, one away in the top of the 7th. They're just like, can we just get this game over with? Like, we have plans to be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time for another Sunday night game. They don't even play early. Why are we rushing this game? They got to go party afterwards, JJ. You're missing the point. The pitch is up high for a ball. Larry says, I made no promises. Yeah. 1-0 pitch to Kepler. There's another fly ball hit out over towards center field. And getting under it is Angel Martinez. He'll make the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Maybe in their contract they're saying, well, we need to get the fastest game out there of the season. Maybe they're trying to negotiate something. I don't know. Good thing we got that insurance running. Good thing we got that insurance running the 4th. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Yeah, that was the big one. That gave us a cushion. 0-1 is the count. And the pitch to JT. How's that not called a strike? That was a ball in the eyes of the home plate umpire. One ball, one strike to JT. And the pitch to Realmuto, and he grounds it foul towards the third base side. The 1-2 pitch to JT. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field, and that is foul. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to see this. So what, the game is an hour 28 minutes old. 1-2 pitch, and there's another foul ball. Who's going to step up and seal this away? 92 pitches for Tanner Bibee. Maybe he might go out there for one more. One of his laces on the leather is loose. That doesn't seem to bother him. 1-2 pitch to JT. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field, and it's trapped in front by Angel Martinez. He tried to dive for it and make the catch. It actually bounced off the top of his hat, and it hit his sunglasses. Got up, he threw it over to second base. He's stumbling a little bit, but JT does get on with a 2-out single. There we go. So JT gets aboard. That's actually the first hit the Phillies have had since Brandon Marsh's double, which was back in the 5th. The trainer's going to go out there to check up on Angel, as well as Stephen Vogt. Fastest game ever was only 51 minutes, and it was the Phillies. Yep. Oh, it hit his, that didn't hit his cap. That hit his jaw. Ouch. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. Two gone in the top of the 7th. Kyle Schwarber drove in the only run, and it was on a bloop single. Jacob Junis is warming up in the bullpen. Larry talked about it before. The longest game ever. I think that it was the longest game ever was the game the Phillies played in that ended at like 4:00 in the morning, and Mitch Williams had the walk-off hit. I think that was the longest ever. Pitches in there for a strike. I do remember though that there was a Yankees game that was supposed to be played against the Orioles that was supposed to start at 1:00, and they pushed the game back to 11:00 at night. So let's start at 1:00 in the afternoon. Imagine being at the ballpark for just 14 hours. Like, that's insane. The ball is 1 strike to Brandon Marsh, and the pitch is outside for a ball. I wanted to go with the polo today. I wanted to rock something different, you know? It's a little bit more professional. I love wearing the jerseys and I like wearing the shirts, but I wanted to go with something a little bit more casual today. 1-1 pitch to Marsh, and he pops it up in foul ground. Jose Ramirez, does he have any room? He does. He'll make the catch, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning, folks. We are going to the bottom of the 7th. Okay, 1-0 Phils. All right, it's time for Phillies trivia. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, and if you get it right, you will hear this. If you get it wrong, you will hear this. Okay. Let's do this. Does anybody know who hit the first inside the park home run at Citizens Bank Park? Who hit the first inside the park home run at Citizens Bank Park? Anybody know? Harry Kalas. JT. No. No clue. That's not an answer. Vittorino. No. Nope. This is kind of fun. Rollins. Jimmy Rollins is correct. June 20th of 2004, Jimmy Rollins hit an inside the park home run against the Kansas City Royals. Yes. Good one. That is correct. Good job, folks. Good job, guys. Rangers going to pitch the bottom of the 7th, and here's the pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to shortstop. Turner spins, turns, fires over to first, and there's one away in the bottom of the 7th. 3 steps is a good question. Thanks. I'm trying a little bit more. Not surprised there he was fast enough. Well, yeah, he was pretty fast. You should have guessed. Did you guess? No? Pitch is in there for a strike to Jose Ramirez. But actually, when you really think about it, though, the 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike. It kind of is a surprise because it could have been a visitor. You know? It could have been a visiting team. So, if you're saying, like, out of all the Phillies, you're not surprised, but for it to be the first inside the park homer at that stadium, in a way, it kind of is a surprise. 1-2 pitch. That's a line drive foul ball. Oh, you guessed Chase Utley? Oh, I missed that. Did you say Utley? I must have missed it. It didn't show up on this. Huh. 1-2 pitch. That's taken up high for ball 2. Two-two pitch, ground ball past the dive of Sosa, that is, out over to left field for a base hit, and Jose Ramirez gets on with a 1-out single. There's no chance that Mundo was going to get to that. So Suarez has the tying run over at first. Gotta watch that he doesn't run. Pitch to Carlos Santana. It's outside for ball 1. Santana hitting on the right side. 1 for 2. He's 39 years old. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And here's the 1-0. It's high and away for a ball. I'm confused as to why we signed Carlos Santana when we did back in 2018. Because Rhys Hoskins had to be moved over to left field. I still never understood that move. Did you guys feel the same way? 2-0 pitch. There's a foul ball. Never understood that. There was no DH back then. So Rhys had to slide out to left field. I guess that they thought that the analytics would be okay. But I just never understood the logic behind it. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is down for ball 3. Got 219 people tuning on in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. 3 balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's bounced foul. Rhys was an unsung Phillies hero. It wasn't all roses with Rhys. It wasn't all roses. I remember the bad times too. He was such a streaky player. 3-2 pitch and a called strike 3 at the knees. There's 2 away. I liked Rhys, but I remember all the slumps that he had here. I do. The windup and the pitch. It's in there for a strike. All I hear are Charlie Brown's t-shirt. Blah, 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 blah. I'm clueless about that sort of thing. I rely on JJ and Larry for all things Phillies related. He did. That's a very good point. 0-1, swing and a miss. Rhys did a lot with his wife for the community. Absolutely. And his dog. Oh, man. Bad times with Rhys, but the dispute loved him. For sure. Yes. Yes. The ball is 2 strikes. There's 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the toss back to first, and that's going to get Ramirez in a rundown. The throw over to second, and he is out. And so we're going to the top of the 8th inning, I believe. And Ranger was ready to walk back over towards the dugout. They called him safe. They called him safe. I didn't even see. The umpire wasn't in the picture. I thought he was out. But they called him safe. And Rob says, let's challenge this. He's out. They got him right on the hand. From the first angle they showed, it looked like he got him on the hand. Second angle, maybe there's something else to it. But the Phillies are challenging this. Can't believe they called him safe. Umpires are reviewing this. They have the earpiece on. And they show us another replay. This TV's been acting up on me today. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and we're going to see if Ramirez is out at second base. See from this angle. Look, he swiped him right there, right before his other. He swiped him right on the left hand before his right hand even touched the bag. I think he's out. Still checking this out. I don't know. Is there enough to overturn it? I couldn't believe that they first called him safe. I thought that he was out. See, it looks like from this angle that he's out. And then after he tried to get his hand in there, he sort of dove past the bag. And I think Turner, I don't know if he held on because he slid off the base. Turner tried to keep the tag on him. Is that what they're looking at? His foot may have also come off the bag. The call on the field stands and he's safe. Wow. Jose Ramirez is safe at second base. And the tying run is in scoring position. And Caleb Cotham's going to go out there to talk to Ranger Suarez here. Wow. Wow. Orion Kirkering is getting warmed up in the bullpen. Before the pitch was even being thrown, Ramirez was going, and then Ranger threw it over to first. And then, of course, Harper threw it over to second. And Turner, I thought maybe tagged Jose Ramirez. But according to the umps, he didn't. It's crazy. Ramirez didn't even think he was safe. Because he was walking back. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Doesn't matter anyways as Manzardo strikes out. And we're going to the top of the 8th. Sosa, Stott, and Turner are due up. Well, that took much time away from this game getting finished quicker. Come on, man. We're trying to make history here. That's the one thing I guess about replay review is that it adds time. Must have been a great throw from Harper, I bet. It was. It was a good throw. All right, Ranger. There we go. Those eight didn't even think. I saw that was the other thing too that I was confused about was Jose was coming back to the dugout. I mean, he wasn't like in the dugout, but he was off the base, and I didn't understand why. And Ranger was walking back. So it was really confusing. Whatever. We got out of the inning. That's what matters. We're going to the top of the 8th. Going to the top of the 8th. It's 1-0 Phils. Rangers pitching very well today. Ranger is doing he's the MVP of this game so far. No doubt about it. I'm impressed. Why was it close? Because by the time Turner swiped Jose Ramirez, they said that his right hand was in at second base just inches after he applied the tag. But from one angle that they showed, it looked like he was out. Jacob Junis is going to pitch. And he'll face Edmundo Sosa here. First pitch is in there for a strike to Edmundo. Nothing in one to Sosa. And the pitch in there for strike 2. Eight seconds left on the pitch clock, and here's the 0-2 to Edmundo, and he dribbles this one foul over towards the third base side. Do you sometimes like write down like certain moments of the game that's like, all right, I gotta check this out to see like you know to see this play? Like, do you guys keep track of those things for those of you that can't watch the game and that just go to the highlights after this? I'm just curious. Not saying that, not saying like have like a notepad, but do you guys sort of keep track of those things? 0-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Sosa got fooled on a pitch that was not even close to being a strike. And Bryson Stott is coming up. Do they still sell Yingling? Black and tan in those tall boy black cans? No, I don't think so. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball to Bryson Stott. One ball, no strikes. The pitch, and Stott steps out of the box and takes a strike. What? I usually watch highlights unless it's a shutout. But I'm saying, like, do you ever like go back to the? Do you ever, as you're listening to the game, do you like take notes and and say to yourself, well, this is a moment I should go back to tune into. Once the highlights are out. Let me be on the lookout for this. Like that error by Rojas the other night. Let's see. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit over towards second base, and the throw over to first is in time. And so 2 up, 2 down. Matt Strom is warming up, and he's going to pitch the bottom of the 8th. I don't know why. I'm going to leave Ranger out there. What are we doing? I watch the highlights and I go, oh, that's the play I wanted to see, and I rewind. Here's the 0-1, line drive, base hit out to left field. Kwan plays it on 2 bounces, throws it over to the cutoff man, and Trey just continues to hit. Trey with the singles. They better keep Ranger in, says Scott. Oh, I saw Strom warming up in the pen. I think that's going to be it for him. All right. And so we have a pitch and change with 2 outs, and Bryce Harper is coming up to the plate. Stephen Vogt is going to make a move. Jane says, I watched the highlights for the same reason. Ooh, that elbow crack was so good. Oh, man, I need to stretch. 225 people on here watching. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Not a lot of noise in this game. Not a lot at all. But we do appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. What is the Phillies' biggest weak link? What is their weak link? What's their Achilles heel? I would still say it's the bullpen. I would still say it's the bullpen, but what about you? Sean says fentanyl. Oh, gosh. Every time JJ stretches, I do too. Lol, same as when he sneezes. Oh, you just try to copy me? Joe's a copier. Joe likes to copy me. Larry says offensive inconsistency. Fair enough. I'll take that too. There's a sign that says, hey, Harper hit a bomb. Streaky as heck hitting. Ferguson says outfield power. Oh, the team dead manager. These are good answers, folks. These are good answers. Here's Bryce Harper with 2 outs in the top of the 8th and a runner on at first. Cantillo is pitching, and he tosses it back over to first, and the throw is not in time. Joey Cantillo with a 1.96 earned run average in 18 1/3 of an inning. He has struck out 23 batters. He's also walked 10. First pitch to Bryce Harper. It's inside for a ball. One 0 to Harper. Fly ball hit out over towards deep right center field. That's going back towards the track. See you later. A 2-run homer, and the Phillies lead it 3-0 thanks to Bryce. We needed that. Oh boy, did we need that. Good swing. Right down the middle. Right down the middle. Here comes Kyle Schwarber. And the pitch to Kyle is swinging a miss. 3-0 Phillies. Been waiting for that clutch Harper bomb. Says Midnight Mickey. No balls. 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. And the pitch is high for a ball. It's funny. Vogt decides to go with Cantillo. And again, their starting pitcher was pitching really well, Tanner Bibee. And Harper made him pay. Can't believe it. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is down in the dirt for ball 2. That was a pretty good home run call, too, I would say. That was simple. 2-1 to Kyle Schwarber, and he pops it up in foul ground over towards the third base side, and running out of room is Jose Ramirez. Herman Hurts, what's going on? Go Phils. Mets losing 3-0 to the Cubs, and Harper homers. Yeah, boy. Love it. Bryce Harper got a fastball in the zone. Also, why would you give him that? And it was right down the middle. 2-2 to Schwarber, and Kyle fouls it off. That thing went 421 feet. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Schwarber, and he flies this one out over to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And so, Kyle gets on with a 2-out single, and the 2-out rally continues for the Phils. Okay. Ooh, 246 people on here watching. Here's Nick Castellanos at the plate. Still 2 outs in the top of the 8th, and a runner on at first. And the pitch to Casty, fly ball hit out over towards left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit in front of Stephen Kwan. The throw over to second, and Schwarber had to go back to second, and the tag was not in time. It's a bloop single by Nick Castellanos. Schwarber was safe, almost overran the base, and Kwan made a nice throw over to second, and he was just able to get back in there. And still 2 outs. And the pitching coach for the Guardians is going to go out there to talk things over with Cantillo. And Max Kepler's coming up. Strom's still warming up in the pen. See those rally towels in the chat, people. Let's go. Here comes Max Kepler to the plate. Schwarber at second, Casty at first. The pitch to Kepler, fly ball hit out over towards deep left center field. Kwan tries to track it down. It's off the top of the wall. Schwarber's going to score. Right behind him is Castellanos. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's 5-0 Phils. A 2-run double by Max Kepler. The bats have waken up in the 8th inning. Hitting is contagious, baby. Ding dong. Room service. It's 5-0, and now Carlos Hernandez is warming up in the pen, and JT is up. They woke up. The Phillies have woke up in this inning. JT is up. First pitch is down for a ball. Cantillo still pitching out there for Cleveland. I still don't understand why they went to him. That's insane. He had a 1.96 ERA, but a couple outings ago he did give up 2 earned runs. 1-0 pitch is down for ball 2 to JT. Charge! Kepler at second, 2 balls, no strikes, and here's the pitch to JT. It bounces in the dirt for ball 3. And Cantillo can't find the zone. We got a $5 super chat from Jason. That's number 7 from Bryce. Appreciate you, Jason. Donates for every Bryce Harper home run. 3-0 pitch to JT. Takes a fastball right down Broad Street for strike 1. Oh, shoot. Joe's getting distracted. He didn't start his Dutch fries yet. Oh, there goes the shortest game of the season, I guess. 3-1, high for ball 4, and JT draws a walk. There we go. Nice job by Philadelphia. Love when they do this. The inning continues, and Brandon Marsh is up at the plate. Charge! Pitch to Marsh, line drive, base hit into center field. Another run's gonna score. 6-0 on the RBI single by Brandon Marsh, and that's gonna put runners at the corners. Woo! What is going on? What is going on in Cleveland? Here comes Edmundo Sosa. The first pitch, the DCZ lines this one out to right field. Another run's gonna score. JT comes on in. Marsh goes over to third. A parade in Cleveland. The hits just keep a-coming. Wow. Here comes Bryson Stott, and the first pitch he takes is down low and outside for a ball. What is that now? 8 straight hits in a row by the Phillies? 8 straight hits? That is awesome. 1 ball, no strikes to Bryson Stott. And the pitch is down low and outside for ball 2. How is he still pitching? That's the thing that I'm curious about. Oh, boy. 19 pitches by Cantillo, and 10 of them have been strikes. The 2-0 pitch hits on the outside corner for a called strike. They are their tasty cake today, says Vittoria. What's up, Vittoria? Marsh at third. And a runner on over at first. That's Sosa. 2-1 pitch. Did he foul it off? He did. That thing was going into the dirt. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. 8 straight hits by the Phillies. All with 2 outs. Two to Stott. There's a foul ball he tried to protect as the pitch was high. Seven hits and a walk. Yeah, 8 straight base runners. Yeah, you're right. 7 hits and a walk. Thanks for clarifying that. Cantillo comes set at the letters, and the 2-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 3. And that's going to make the count full. Sosa at first, Marsh at third. Stott 0 for 4 tonight. Only guy that doesn't have a hit. And the 3-2 pitch, and that's going to continue to be that way as he swings and misses at strike 3. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, but the Phillies get 8 straight base runners and are able to open the floodgates, and they are up 7-0 on what was a 6-run 8th inning, all with 2 outs. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th, and Hernandez is going to come on in to pitch. Well, what's funny is that the players bailed out Rob again because I wanted Ranger to pitch in the bottom of the 8th. And I didn't want us to have to go to Strom. And, well, we're not going to have to go to Strom anyways for now. So, last night the Guardians shut out the Phillies 6-0. Who let the dogs out, man? Who let the dogs out? Who? That is the definition of streaky. You're right. You're absolutely correct. Folks, if you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles games. Man. Timberwolves play the Warriors at 8:30. Okay. And what time is the NHL game tonight? 9 o'clock. Hurricanes are up 3-0 though. But I care more about the Oilers Golden Knights game. I want to watch that. Let's go. What is going on in Cleveland? Yes, sir, Midnight Mickey. Love that. I love that. All right, so Ranger did his job. Jhonkensy Noel is up in the fifth, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Carlos Hernandez with a 6.28 ERA. Folks, if you're new to the channel, we suffer the lowest of lows and celebrate the highest of highs. And that's what this team does. One ball, one strike to Jhonkensy Noel. And the pitch is in there. Oh, they call it a ball. Oh, that was a strike, but agree to disagree. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is a foul ball. If this was a 1-0 game, I would not agree to disagree, but A 6-run 8th inning for the Phillies, all with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball from Jhonkensy. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Phillies baby back ribs. Phillies baby back ribs. That's funny. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Hernandez kicks, deals, and it's outside and low for ball 4. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. This guy has been pitching for a while. This guy has not been good for us this year. He's just not been good for us. Why is he still on this team? Pitch is in there for a strike. Excuse. Why is he still on this team? He has not pitched good for us this year. Every 2 outings, he'll just give up a couple of runs. He'll have like 2 good outings, and then on the 3rd one, it's like, well, here comes the runs. I'm not even joking. You could even look at his stats. It's like every 2 to 3 outings, he's due for a bad one. And I hope that he does well. No balls, 2 strikes. And here is the pitch. And there's a called strike 3 at 99 miles per hour at the knees. Wish they would publish more stats on umpires. Yeah, you gotta hunt for those things. Astros are up 12-7. 12-7 is the score. 12-7. They're just in the bottom of the third. Actually, I'm sorry. The Reds are up 12-7 against Houston. But the Astros, they were down 10-1. And really it was 12-1 going into the bottom of the third. The ball is 2 strikes. And there's a foul ball that goes out of play. Not good. His ERA is a 6.28. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. That's why he's here. 0-2 pitch. And there's a fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. Marsh goes back over towards the track and just has enough room to make the catch. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. But he's here for those times when we're up by 7. Runs in the 8th. He's saving Alvarado for tomorrow. Well, and Strom. He was going to pitch Strom, but save them both for tomorrow night. Can you believe that? 10-1 was the score of the Reds-Astros game in the first inning, and now it's 12-7 in the bottom of the third. There was nobody out. There's still nobody out. They put up 6 runs without anybody out. Wow. That's impressive. But actually, what's even more impressive is 6 runs with 2 outs and nobody on. So I'll give that to the Phillies. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is in there for a strike. It's Austin Hedges in the box. 2 outs and a runner on at first, and the 2-1 pitch outside for ball 3. 100 miles per hour. It's off the plate. Three-one pitch. Here it comes. It's at 97 right down the middle. And Hedges did not go after it. Wow. The payoff pitch. That was also right down the middle, but thank goodness Hedges gets underneath it, flies it out to left, and Kepler shimmies towards his left, makes the grab, and we're going to the top of the 9th. 7-0 Phils against the Cleveland Guardians. Turner, Harper, and Schwarber are all due up in the batting order. A super cycle includes a grounding into a double play. Ugh. I would have loved to see, and this would never happen. Actually, it possibly could. Hear me out with this. You know what would be a really interesting MLB oddity? A 9-8-7 flyout. The ball would have to be hit to or a 7-8-9 flyout. Would be really insane. His ERA is now magically at a 5.87. A 9.87. I'm trying to think about how that would work. The ball would have to bounce off of the right fielder's glove in the alleyway. and then the center fielder would have to deflect it off of his glove, and it would have to deflect so far to the left fielder. How would that even occur? That would be wild. I don't think that's ever happened. A 9-8-7 fly out. 3 different batters. I'm saying in one at bat. A 9-8-7 ground out would be even more unusual. Well, that couldn't happen. That couldn't happen. Turner with a check swing foul ball. Johnson's put down the weed. If you can throw 99, then throw them all there. They can hit, so be it. 0-1 pitch, fly ball, hit out over to right field. It's a foul ball, and it goes into the seats. Turner 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a pair of runs. If that happened, someone would be seriously out of position. And it would probably be seriously Larry. Maybe if Bohm was running the first. The pitch. There's a swing on the miss, and Turner strikes out. It would have to be Bohm running the first, and then we would have to get like the slowest outfielders, like Jay Bruce and Kyle Schwarber. Pitch. Let's just get the slowest outfielder out there. Jay Bruce, even though he's not in the league anymore. Who else is slow? Nelson Cruz, now he doesn't play anymore. The ball is 1 strike. The pitch to Bryce. There's a foul ball. You could put like Daniel Vogelbach in center. Castillo burner. 0-2 to Harper. And he flies this one out over towards shallow center field. And on the run is Martinez. He won't be able to make the catch. He was playing really deep. And Harper bloops a single to medium depth center field. What was he playing, like towards the warning track? He had to run a long ways just to go get to that ball. And it was sort of like a medium depth fly ball. Harlem Globetrotters outfielders flipping the ball around. Well, that would be a Savannah Bananas thing. Yeah. Savannah Bananas. Yeah. You're right. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Harlem Globetrotters outfielders flipping the ball around and juggling before throwing them out. Pitch to Schwarber, swing and a miss. Harper really hustled out that hit. I know, right? I know, right? All I want is a shutout. Give me a shutout, says Scott. Do we have any this year? Good question. The ball is 2 strikes, and the pitch is fouled away. Do the Phillies have any shutouts this year? That is a great question. And the answer to that is no. Yes, actually. I'm sorry. Phillies shut out the Rays on Wednesday. 7-0. I forgot. That just happened this week. Pitch. And there is a swing and a miss. And Schwarber does strike out. I forgot that we had a 7-0 shutout against the Rays. Here's the pitch to Casty. Swing and a miss. Shador compared himself to Brady today. I don't know if he compared him to Brady, But I think he was asked about it. Oh, wait, maybe I actually, wait, now that I think about it, I think you're right. Weed affects short-term memory. Shut up. You're insane. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Ay, ay. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. Another foul ball from Castellanos. One-two pitch. That bounces in the dirt. Uh-oh, the Mets are down by a run now. It's not good. Brett Beatty hit a homer, I think. They say that he just pulled them within 1. 2-2 pitch. That's in the dirt for a ball. Oh, but they're in the bottom of the 4th. There's still plenty of time. I thought that game was later. Yeah, Beatty hit a 3-run homer. 3-2 pitch. That's grounded over towards shortstop. It's played on a hop, and the throw over to first is in time, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. 7-0 Phils. Kwan, Arias, and Ramirez are coming up. Okay. It's the truth here. I'm prescribed it. Yeah. We could use a 6-run inning. Well, we just got one. You're saying a 6-run bottom of the 9th? Yeah, that would be just what the doctor ordered. Now that game, thank God I wasn't doing that live. Braves just won another game in extra innings. So Phillies fans are saying this. Warriors are looking at Game 6 for a potential Steph Curry return. Game 6. That's not good. That's really not good. If they miss Steph, I'm sorry, they're done. JJ will get the joke. Oh, I understand. I understand the joke. I get it. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 9th. That's exactly what we need right now. Joe Ross going to pitch for Philadelphia. Good spot for him here. Has a 4.66 ERA, which is pretty low compared to the other bullpen pitchers that the Phillies have. But can they get their second shutout win of the season? Top of the order due up for Cleveland. Oof. That beep was loud. First pitch, it's in there for a strike. I don't know what that beep was or what that honk was, but whatever. 0-1 pitch. It's in the dirt for a ball. Got 238 people on here watching. Appreciate you all for being on here. One pitch. That's grounded foul. Went underneath Harper's glove. Who's the ghost runner if the bullpen does the totally expected? The ghost runner would be it would be Casty, right? Wouldn't it be Casty? Oh, it would be Turner. No, it would be Casty. I was right. Because he was the last one to get out. Pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's go, Joe. 2-2 pitch. Inside and low for ball 3. It's hard to get this guy to strike out. When was the last time he actually struck out? Oh, 2 days ago. Before that, though, it was May 1st. He's only struck out 3 times in this month. 3-2 pitch, and that's outside for ball 4. And Kwan gets on with a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 9th. Kwan has only struck out 15 times in 150 at-bats. Do you know how hard that is? You know how hard that is? 15 times in 150 at-bats. That's impressive. Pitch is down low for a ball. Last year, he only struck out 51 times in 480 at-bats. Howard would never. I'm just kidding, but no, seriously, that's pretty wild. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. That's popped up. It's hit out over towards the first base side. Harper runs out of room. I know what you said. I know. But I had to literally answer the question in case. Because you never know. I'm sorry, just hearing that strikeout percentage is like trying to comprehend an alien species for us. Oh, he doesn't strike out a lot, is what I'm trying to say. He does not strike out a lot at all. 1-2 pitch. There's a foul ball. Usually guys strike out a lot more than that. One-two pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to second base. The throw, the shortstop. There's one. That's all that they're going to get. It's a 4-6 fielder's choice. I'll put it to you this way. Okay. Harper has struck out 36 times. Schwarber has struck out 35 times. And JT has struck out 33. I know. It's crazy. The pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Harper has 6 steals. Yeah, Harper has more. Well, I guess it's not a surprise, but he has more steals than Rojas. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch is inside for a ball. Schwarber has more steals than Bohm does. And Casty. Casty has not stole a base. Schwarber is 3. Really 4 now. Because the count today is 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Most steals that Kyle has ever had in the season was 10. That was back in 2022. One-two pitch to Jose Ramirez. It's inside for ball 2. Two-two pitch. It's down and in for ball 3. I kind of want to see the Astros come back. They're down 12-1. And they're only in the bottom of the 4th. It's 12-7. 3-2 pitch. Line drive. Base hit out to center field. Almost got by Brandon Marsh. He was looking up for the ball as he tried to make a diving play, and Ramirez goes over to second. And so that's going to put 2 runners in scoring position. That thing was scorched out to center. Marsh tried to dive and make the catch. And thank goodness he actually got it to bounce off of his glove. Got it to bounce off of the heel of the glove. And it almost kicked on by him. That would have been an inside the park home run. Kyle is a threat for a 40-10 season. Already. 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. And the pitch on the way. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. Kepler's going to track it down, make the catch. And the runner from third tags up, comes on in. There goes the shutout. But good news is that there's 2 away. Ringo Starr. You know it don't come easy. No. Wait, what's that song? I like Photograph by Ringo Starr. Pitch. And that is in the dirt for a ball. How hard will they make this third out? Good question. We'll see. We shall see. 1-0 pitch to Manzardo. And he takes a strike, even though it was a little bit high. One pitch, fly ball, hit out over to right field. Casty's there, makes the catch, and ball game for the Phillies. So the Phillies tie up the series, and they win by a score of 7-1 out in Cleveland. And there wasn't a lot of offense up until the 8th inning when the Phillies put up 6 runs with 2 outs. And that was plenty for the Phillies to secure the cushion. Ranger Suarez does get the win. He pitched very well today. Ring the bell. The Philadelphia Phillies win. Let's go. Good win. It was a good win. Ring that bell. Let's go. Great win. See, now I get people commenting. Y'all were so quiet in that 9th inning. Appreciate you all for coming on here. But yes, it was great. Awesome game tonight. Yeah. Yeah, look, all right, I'm not going to do a post-game show tonight. I have to take care of some things, but here's what I'm going to say, okay? You're going to hear this right now. My bulletin points for today, Ranger Suarez was awesome. Ranger pitched his butt off. I thought he did great. Rob Thompson dodged a bullet. And what do I mean by that? I'm not letting this guy off the hook. Rangers should have gone out there for the 8th inning if the Phillies did not get a run. He was going to go to Matt Strahm. That would not have been the correct move because he was pitching fine. He was pitching really well. And he was going to go to Matt Strahm. But Bryce had the nice swing in the 8th inning to put them up 3-0, and the Phillies didn't look back. Good swing by Bryce. Still need more, but that's a good start. I'm not, overly happy that they won. I'm happy that they won, but I'm not, ready to throw like a parade, you know? This doesn't really get my juices flowing, but I will tell you, to even the series against Cleveland, that's pretty nice. But, again, get another series win tomorrow. They're playing better baseball overall, and I'm very happy with how things ended up being in tonight's game. But the first 7 innings were not fun. They were not really fun to watch. But Ranger did his job. 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts. This was the Ranger Suarez of the first half of last year. This is what this guy did. He attacked the strike zone. He made batters. He basically just fooled a lot of batters, and he would just not even throw a lot of pitches, and he would go pretty deep into games just from that. And so he did great. Kyle Schwarber today was a dog, but my MVP of the game is Ranger. He's my MVP. Ranger Suarez won you this game today. Ranger Suarez was great. Harper 3 for 5. Schwarber 2 for 5. Everybody got a hit except for Bryson Stott. Trey continues to be hot. Brandon Marsh, nice RBI base hit. Phillies made the Guardians pay in that 8th inning. That was great. Ranger was very efficient. They got Ranger the win. They did. But yes, I'm happy that they won. Now, win the series tomorrow. You have Zach Wheeler out there on the mound. Let's get Zach Wheeler the dub. Let's do it. I will see you all tomorrow. That's really going to be it for me. I don't really have much else to say. I do have to sign off, but I will see you all tomorrow night. Sunday Night Baseball, Phillies Guardians. Should be a good one. Zach Wheeler is going to be pitching for Philadelphia, and the Guardians, they will have, who's pitching for them? Luis Ortiz. Okay. Phillies should win that game. They definitely should win that game. But yeah, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? They got run support. They did. He did. He got run support in that 8th inning. Larry says stars of the game. Stars of the game. Number 3 is Schwarber. Number 2 is Harper. And number 1 is Ranger. I'm with you. I'm with you there. Yep. And Rob did not get in the way. Almost did, but the Phillies offense bailed him out. That was good. I think that we would have lost this game if we didn't get those runs in the 6th and in the 8th inning. I do really believe that if Strahm had to come on in, they would have lost. I do. All right. Love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow night for Mother's Day. Hopefully you guys have a great Mother's Day tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow night. I will catch you all on the next one, man. I will. Good win by the Phillies. I don't think I stressed that enough. I just want more. I want more, but I'm very happy with this win. Ranger Suarez pitched a gem today, and you can build off of that. That is a big positive. It is. That's a big positive there. So, all right. Love you all. Catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.